the start of 2024, I made a list of 24 books that I would like to read. Now let's quickly go through and see which ones I read and which ones I didn't. I read it and I read the whole rest of the series. I read it and I still need to read the rest of the series. I read it and it was fun. Still did not read this for some reason and it's been on my list for years. I read it and it was okay. I read it and I read the next 2 books afterwards and the Infernal Devices. Still need to read the 9 other Cassandra Clare books though. I read it and the rest of the series and it was fun. I still did not read this. I read this and it was okay, but it didn't live up to the hype for me. I read this and I read the other books in this series and I really liked it. I did not read it and I don't know why. I also did not read this and I really should. I also did not read this. I did read this and I really liked it, but I still need to finish the rest of the series. This one I did read and I didn't like it that much, so I sold my book. I did read this and I read the rest of the series and I loved it, and now I finished all of Abby's Backlist. I did not read this, but I did buy a copy of this, so that means I'm more likely to read it in the future. I did not read this, and I do not know why I love Carissa Broadbent. I did read this, and it was so fun. I did read this, and it was fun. I did read this, and I loved it so much. I read this too, and I absolutely loved it. I did read this, and I hated it, but I have the special edition, and it's beautiful. So finally, I absolutely read this and I absolutely loved it. Let me know if you read all the books on your 2024 TBR.